as a business coach, I work with successful people who are stuck. I get them unstuck. So I always like to start off my show, kind of talking about, what's something, let's focus on writing maybe a little bit. What's one thing people get stuck in when it comes to writing that's an easy fix for them to get unstuck?
So I think it definitely depends on what kind of writing you're trying to do. This is a pitfall much more of informational writing, which I'm defining as, emails where you're trying to let your coworker know you need them to cover your shift, or essays or journalism or anything that's trying to convey something to the reader. Less so in fiction. But a lot of people get stuck on this idea that they need to sound smart in their writing. They need to use these enormous words and these transcontinental sentences just to show, hey, I really do know what I'm talking about. And so I would speak to that when I'm writing papers and stuff for college. I don't necessarily know what I'm talking about, but I'm trying to convince my professor that I do. And so one thing that I do, instead of using all these big words and getting super complicated in what I'm talking about, is I set a goal for myself to put one little joke or one little pun somewhere into what I'm writing, whether it's supposed to be funny or not, just because that puts your personality on display. That lets you speak for yourself instead of these complex sentences speak for you. And so I would say a place you get stuck is just, overcomplicating things. Instead of making things complicated, go for simplicity and really try to say something. Let yourself show in your writing. Let your personality speak for you. And that doesn't necessarily have to be terrible puns, but that's a technique that's worked for me.
That's so great. That's so great. I think, it's so hard to get to simple. And I've written one book, but it's so hard to get to simple to get there. So I appreciate you saying that. As a business coach, I work with people to get to simple, and it's really, really hard.